If you're planning on coming to the after school session about using Tinkercad and creating a 3D design or laser cut, this is a great video for you to watch. I'm going to show you how you can create a holiday ornament. I'm going to do a quick 3D print. You don't have to do something like this. This is just an idea. So go ahead and take a look at this. Yeah, like I said, this is just an idea. I will show you a number of different ideas on the 21st, but let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with a cylinder, and I'm going to change the size to 60 millimeters by 60 millimeters. And then I am going to change it so it is a circle. So the size right now is 20, and you can see that there are a number of sides here. I'm going to change it so it is a full circle, so it's 64 sides, so it's nice and smooth. And then I'm going to change my height to just 10 millimeters, so it's just 1 centimeter tall. And my color doesn't matter because it depends on what the color is inside of the 3D printer. If you want to change the color, you can, and you can just change it to whatever color you want. Maybe I want to change it to green. So then I am going to go ahead and do a copy and a paste. And I'm going to make this one just a little bit higher. And I'm going to change it to a hole because I'm going to make it an insert in it. And I'm going to make it just a little bit smaller. I'm going to change it to 50 by 50. And then I'm going to raise it up by using this little black triangle, and I'm going to raise it up off the ground just 3 millimeters. And then I'm going to select both of my objects. I'm going to use my align tool right here, and I'm going to align it so it's right in the center. And then I'm going to group both of my objects together. And now I have an indent, so you can see that it is indented here. And I'm going to make an ornament. And so I am going to put another hole in here. And this is going to be a slightly smaller hole. I'm going to make this 5 millimeters by 5 millimeters because this is going to be the hole where I might put a little string or a ribbon. And this is going to go right in the center here. And I'm going to align this with my shape. And it looks like, oh, I did a really good job of putting it in the center. And I can actually align it as well with the top if I'd like, but that's actually going to be a little bit too high. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to zoom down in it a little bit. I'm actually going to make it a little bit smaller than 5 by 5. I'm going to make it 4 by 4. So it is not quite in the center. So I'm going to go ahead and then group that. And then I have a hole that goes all the way through. So that one's going to go all the way through. And then my other one is not going to go all the way through. So now I have my basic ornament. And then I'm going to start to decorate it. So I am going to go through, I have some shapes here in my basic shapes, but I'm also going to go through, I can go through and I can look here, I can look at my design starters if I want to look in here. But to be perfectly honest, what I really like is I like going into the noun project. So I'm going to search the noun project. And this, if you're not familiar with the noun project, it is a really, really great tool. And it has lots of different things. I'm going to search, Christmas tree. Actually, I'm just going to search Christmas in general and see what different things come up. And I have lots of different items that come up here. And I'm going to just find, oh, I like this little reindeer. This reindeer's pretty cute. So this reindeer is really good for 3D printing. It is not too detailed. If I had something that was way more detailed, something like this ornament here that has a little bit too much detail on it, but something that doesn't have too much detail, like this reindeer, that is nice and easy. So I am going to click on Get This Icon. I'm going to click on a basic download. If you don't have the Noun project, you can easily get a free account, and you don't have to pay for it if you just do basic download. And if you are using this, you do want to make sure that you, if you're using this with students as well, you want to make sure that you are using the, making sure that you are crediting any of your sources that you're getting. And you want to make sure you download an SVG file. So you download SVG because that's the type of file that we are going to use. And I'm just going to save this in my downloads. So I'm going to save this. And then I am going to upload this. I'm going to import it. And I'm going to drag it in here. And you'll see that it's going to be 700 by 700. I don't want it to be that big. I'm going to make it 70 by 70, which is still going to be quite big, but you'll see I can make it smaller. So I'm going to import it, and it will take a minute to import. And as it is importing, so it will import. It will take a minute because it is a large file, and it's taking a little bit longer than I thought it was going to import, but that's okay. Okay, so here's my reindeer. So I'm going to import my reindeer. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller because I want it to fit inside of my ornament that I'm making. So I have my reindeer right here, and I'm going to make this even smaller because I'm going to put some words on here. And then I am going to center this. I'm going to use my line tool again to center. And if I want to, like I said before, I can change the color of this. I'm just going to make this red so it stands out. So I have my reindeer here. Now, there are fonts in here. If you go to feature collections, and if you go to, or sorry, not feature collections, if you go to shape generators, and when you go to all, and also there's also really cool maps in here too. You can check out the maps, and then you can go into, like, if you go into China, and then you can go to Hong Kong and you find like Hong Kong maps, or you can find maps from all over the world, like different states and things like that. So, but there are different fonts in here. I'm pretty picky about my fonts. So what I like to do is I go into Google Drawing, and I will just do a new Google Drawing. And I'll just call it font, or I'll call it holiday font. And then what I will do here is I will do insert, and I'll do word art, and I'm going to write happy, and I'm going to do happy holidays. And then I'm going to create a new font. So I'm going to, or not create a new font, but I'm going to find a font that I like. I have a number of fonts in here, and I'm going to actually I'll just use this Devonshire that I have used before. And it doesn't really matter what color I use. And I'll just have this like this, and then I will go ahead and I will download this again as an SVG file, because that is the type of file that I want to upload onto Tinkercad. So I will go ahead and I will import this again, and I will choose a file. It's a pretty big file again, and then import. Hopefully this will go a little bit faster than the last one. It doesn't seem to, oh, there we go. Sometimes it will say that some elements were removed, but that's okay. It doesn't seem to really ever have an effect. And then again, I'll change the color just so it's, looks a little bit nicer. And then I will go ahead, I'm going to make this a little bit smaller so it fits on here. And then I'm going to put my happy holidays in here. I'm going to make this wider so it fits across the whole ornament. And I'm almost done with my ornament that I've created. So, okay. So I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger. I'm going to bring that down. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist when I'm doing this. So I'm going to just make sure that all of this is centered. And now, as long as I am happy with that, which I'm not, I want to bring that up a little bit. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how that looks. And now it looks like it is ready to 3D print. I'm just going to hit the letter D on each of my objects, make sure that it is dropped. And then the only thing I would need to do is export it to the 3D printer, and then it would be ready to 3D print it. So this is a very easy way to create a ornament for the holidays. So this is one way that we can create an ornament, and I will show you a number of other ways that this is a 3D print, but we can use a laser cutter as well. And you can also create inside of Tinkercad too. I showed you some ways that you can do it with using Google Drawings as well as the Noun Project. I hope you enjoy, and I look forward to seeing you on the 21st. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a great week. Bye.